Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
Welcome to the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. Sorry, my mouth is a little bit afflicted there. We have well above 8 million viewers and listeners in 18 countries and 182 cities. So we have a guest coming on today who I'm about to admit into the room as we speak. Let's see here. And she should be coming on now.
Hey.
Hello. Oh, I'm loving the hair.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself? Nice to meet you. I'm Brandon, and my mom is on here as well. She's using her picture today.
Yes, I had a good time speaking with her. Look at you, pretty. How are y'all?
We're doing very well. How about yourself? How's your day treating you?
Good. It's been okay so far. I can't complain. Just running crazy like I'm always doing.
Okay. And you're reporting live from where? Tennessee, I heard?
Yes.
What part of Tennessee?
Memphis.
Okay, Memphis. Nice. Well, somebody, is it Tresa? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Tresa. Thank you so much. I am terrible with names, but I'll try my best.
Oh, it's okay. I am too. Can you hear me well?
Yes, you sound perfect. Yeah. You're coming in live and clear.
Okay, because I got my air on over here, you know.
No, you're totally good. So yeah, welcome to the.
Okay.
That? Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
I can do without my air if I need to.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
So yeah, welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. It is a complete spotlight on you. We're gonna hear all about your story, what you do for a living, your place as well. So I guess that's probably best to start there.
Okay, yes. Well, I'm in my work studio right now. I've been a hairstylist since I was 16 years old. I got started really early.
Okay.
And so it transitioned into COVID and work cut back, but my product line picked up. So I just went ahead with my product line.
Okay, and what's your product line? Will you tell us about your product line?
It's called Grow and Glow Products.
Okay.
Grow and Glow Products.
Grow and Glow.
Yep, Grow and Glow. And they do exactly what they say.
Okay. So is it like all kinds of hair? Is it scalp? Is it beards too for men, or is it just women? Or
oh, it's for men. It's unisex. I don't. Okay. People have been pressuring me to come up with like a beard line, and I'm like, it's the same products. It works the same. It would just merely be packaging. Okay. And I don't believe in that. I'm like, we need to get out of that. We need to get out of the pretty packages and look at the colors and it smells so good. We need to stop ourselves from that. And we need to understand what's good for us is good for us, whether it's men, women, or children. It's good for you. And so we kind of mess ourselves up with the packaging thing. So I've never been able to make myself create a beard line because it works.
It all does the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I asked is because I have trouble growing a beard. So
I know my cousin, my beautiful cousin Tiffany. We were talking about you last.
Yeah.
And of course she's why I'm here, and I appreciate her so much for putting.
We loved having her.
For introducing me to you, beautiful people. Because first of all, let me say this is a wonderful platform, and I really appreciate you for having it. And it's just a beautiful thing to shine light on others while you're doing your thing, you know.
Hey, you're more than welcome. That's what God's here for. You know, we got to help each other. Like no one gets there alone. I know that for a fact. That's true. It's something that me and my mom are more than happy to be doing for people. Iron sharpens iron is what I always say.
That's so true.
I had a good time talking with your mom last night.
Yeah.
But back to your beard. So Tiffany and I were talking about your beard, and I was watching the show and we were talking about it, and I was like, I wonder if he has follicles in certain areas, because I know certain different men, they kind of grow what you call a sporadic beard, or you know, and I always say go with what nature tells you to go with.
Okay.
So what you have is working.
Yeah.
I told him the same thing. It looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful. Somewhere a guy with a full beard wants to have what you have. So,
Okay.
So accentuate what you have and keep going with what you have, because anytime we start trying to go against nature is when we run into issues.
Absolutely.
And so you got your eyebrows, you got everything is symmetric. So go with that.
Okay. Hey, well, I heard it here first. And you know what? That's all. You hear that, Hollywood, New York? I don't need anything else. I just need this.
Listen, you are eccentrically you. So, it having a beard is not gonna take away from you being you. So
absolutely.
And having a beard is not gonna add to you being you. So
yeah.
And Brandon, sometimes you've gone on sets and they've made you shave your beard.
Oh yeah, actually, more times than not, I have to shave it. I rarely actually get to keep my facial hair, and that's because of just because of continuity. In case you ever have to come back, the easiest thing to do is to have someone be clean shaven, because they have a beard. That's a problem.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, I could see how that would, you probably can transfer over to different lanes.
Yeah,
being clean shaven.
Absolutely.
But, we just have to, learn to work with what we have. And
amen.
It's always good. It's always good.
Yeah. I like your spirit, and I like your spirit, and you should be a motivational speaker if you aren't already.
Oh, really?
Yes, I fully mean that, because you are. I mean, I'm a very confident person already, but what you're saying not only helped up me up. I'm like, okay, she's right. But I'm sure you do that for other people, even especially doing what you do. I can only imagine the type of women and men that come in there, and you're a therapist, aren't you? Pretty much.
Yes, always. And it helps me too, because to hear the words come from your mouth, it turns right back to you. So I always tell women, listen, God made it first. He did it first. We just upkeep, it's like we didn't make the grass, we just cut it, right?
Yeah.
You try to keep it as healthy as you can and weed free as possible.
Yeah.
And just, hey, it is what it is. So we just try to take care of what we already have.
Absolutely.
Tresa, your hair is so beautiful.
I love it.
And in
I'm
fact,
so not liking it on this screen right now.
It looks
great. You look great.
Gorgeous. My niece had her fro like yours. She just graduated from Wake Forest, and she had to put her cap on her hair out like that. And I thought it was just so beautiful, because she wears her hair naturally.
I bet that was so cute. I bet that was
absolutely gorgeous. Well, tell us a little bit how you got in the business. First of all, your background, and then how you came about making your products. And we surely want to review the products that you have behind you. And so let's just start from when you first started getting into hair.
Okay, that's going way back.
We got time.
Okay. Well, a big influence for me was my upbringing. I had the best of both worlds. We lived next door to my grandparents, and we lived in the country, so we had a very special upbringing. And sad to say, it's got some trauma in there. Like everybody, there's some trauma involved, but the beautiful outweighs the trauma that was there. And when I tell you, we had apple tree, pear tree, peach tree, persimmon tree, muscadine vine, blackberry bush, and 2 full gardens, and nature was just there, and it is here, And so that affected me when I grew up. And my grandmother was she was a hairstylist before we were even born. So she always did our hair. And the thing about my grandma, she always put something natural into something fake. She always had something natural that she would add to anything. That ended up being my approach to hair care.
Okay.
We always had an aloe vera. I was telling Mama Rush, we always had an aloe vera plant in the house.
Oh, wow.
And my grandma would snap it anytime we would get burned or anytime there was a boo-boo, we would snap that aloe vera. It got to the point where we knew how to snap it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I opened my first salon, I was 19 when I opened my first salon, and I had a aloe vera plant always in the salon to soothe the scalp and treat the scalp. And my grandma, she didn't have, listen, she was 70 something when she died, and that lady had no cellulite, none.
Really?
That is just healthy living.
Just
very healthy living.
Booty just as smooth.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Until I got older, you know, but yeah.
Well, so you said that you started, so you're an entrepreneur at an early age. You said you opened your first salon. And by the way, is that all in Tennessee too? Or is that somewhere else?
This was in Tennessee. This was out in Fayette County where I'm from. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I was hoping you'd say that. Because I don't know much about Tennessee other than driving through it when my grandparents took us there when we were little.
Okay.
But so you opened your grandma had this huge impact on you. She's the one that basically probably where your family too, but with your grandma, she had a salon, so you're probably going there with her every day.
Salon. She didn't have a salon. She just did, like, I was 18 years old before I got my relaxer. And why I got my relaxer? Because my grandma passed. She was she was still pressing my hair. So I grew up knowing how to do hair and practicing and makeup and stuff like that. We grew up just knowing how to do that stuff. I didn't go to I never went to a hair salon. I think I went one time when I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And my hair blew up in that bowl. My hair went like whoosh. And they just didn't know what to do with it. And I got so tired. I was like, can we just go home and let grandma finish it? I'm tired.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, back to that. When I opened my first salon at 19, I was kind of nervous because I didn't have salon experience. I never, only one time when I was a little girl, went to the salon. So, when I took cosmetology, I gained my clientele there in high school.
Okay.
High school. So I started doing hair at home at my mom's home. She allowed me to do hair in my bedroom. I think I started that like 10th grade, 11th grade, something like that. So by the time I graduated and finished getting my hours and stuff, I worked in my first salon. I was there 6 months, and we agreed upon a price that was like really great because I was just starting out, but she had no idea that I had all this clientele.
Oh, wow.
We agreed upon it. It was like 1993, and I think the rent was going to be like $50 a week or something like that.
Okay.
After the first week,
you had it.
Miss Dorothy was like, "Okay, we finna go up to 75 on you, baby." I was like,
"Yeah, what?"
Yeah. So it kind of spurred me to go on and get my own. So I worked with her six months. And I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot from her in that 6 months. And I went ahead and opened my first salon when I was 19. And it was like a little box. It was so small, but yeah.
Question for you. So with you saying you didn't, which is amazing that first off, I appreciate you very, a lot of people are afraid to go after their dreams. And this was your dream. Probably one of your dreams, one of your many dreams. And I appreciate you so much for going at that at such a young age, because people are afraid to go. People are afraid, especially the older people get, they're afraid to go after stuff kind of when you're younger sometimes, but still to do that at that age, to have that much knowledge, that's kudos to you, because that's impressive.
Thank you. That, and that kind of goes into the little bit of trauma.
Okay.
The trauma that I was talking about. It kind of goes back to my childhood. My parents, they kind of had a volatile relationship. My dad had a drinking issue at the time. And so at that age, I kind of had to be independent. I had to figure it out. My mom was a newly single parent. I had a younger sister. Me and my dad, we didn't have a good relationship.
Yeah.
My mom was a big support. She allowed me to do hair at home. But it was kind of like, we kind of grew up like, when you're 18, you got to figure it out. You go to school, or what you're going to do, And so fortunately, and And I'm so thankful to God that, he allowed me to see my vision early, because a lot of kids you don't see it early nowadays.
Yeah.
And I saw it early, and I was like, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I worked at McDonald's for 6 months too. I was like, and I was like, I don't like this clock. I don't like this clock. Don't like this clock. I'm gonna have to go ahead and do my own thing. So that little experience helped me, along with the trauma, kind of pushed me be very independent at an early age.
And look at the difference it has made in your life with all of that. And I'm just looking at, and so from doing hair at a young age and having so many clients, tell us about how you came to create the product line now.
Oh, okay. So,
and say the name again too, please.
Grow and Glow Products.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'm gonna try to bring it up, because I
don't make it short.
No, don't make it short.
I said it's me and Mom own the show. We have we're over 8 million people watching in 18 countries. So this is your time.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So it's all about you. Let's get your product out there.
Well, okay, so first one. So before they even came out with the olive oil relaxer, I don't know if Mama Rush, if you remember the olive oil relaxer.
I didn't get a relax in my hair until I was 40. My mother wouldn't let us put it in our hair.
Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I had a lot of hair at that time, and my mother didn't want us to have relaxer. She had 5 girls and 1 boy. My parents had 5 girls and 1 boy, and she felt that that would damage our hair. And she had put it in her hair when she went to live in Paris for a summer, and she put it in her hair, and her hair had come out. So she said, "Listen, do not put that in your hair. It is not good." So until the age of 40, I think I'd had my 2 kids at that time. And I was still straightening my hair and putting the little creams on it, but it was full, it was long and all. And then I put the permanent in my hair because, or relax in my hair, because my baby sister got it done before I did. And I said, "Oh, that is so great. I love it," because especially with the bad weather in the South, or, hot summers, humidity, your hair will do into an afro by the time you walked outside. And so I wanted to make sure that I had something, and I was enjoying my relax in my hair. But and I was afraid to tell my mother at 40 that I had a relaxer. That was a shame.
I bet.
And so
we didn't know anything about the chemical, really.
That's correct. That's correct. And I didn't want to disappoint her, because she kept saying, "But this relaxer worked well for me." And I trusted the man who put it in my hair. And he was excellent. He was excellent, well known in Richmond, Virginia. So he did it. And I mean, I got so many compliments the next day because I let him cut it and everything. But anyway, this is about your hair. So go ahead and tell us about these products, how that all came about.
So it started, I added olive oil to the relaxer anyway, even before the olive oil relaxer came out.
Really?
Yeah. And I was already adding, because in my mind, I'm thinking, add something natural to something bad. I knew it was a bad chemical. Anytime you put gloves on your hands, or something, because it's going to burn your hands, what you think? Your scalp.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
So I knew, and then I would not allow people to get their relaxers every 6 weeks. Like, I knew that was not right. And later we found out that that should never have been the approach to a relaxer. Is
exactly.
Your hair doesn't grow fast enough to create enough space to put that type of a chemical on your hair without damaging the rest of your hair.
Really?
Tresa, that is so real. Tresa, I'll say it again so women out there can hear that.
I don't think people...
never meant that chemical. They did not do enough research, or it's just like everything else. We get done so bad. There's never enough research of what they do to us. So it never should have been. The most a relaxer should be applied is probably I dumb my people down to say every 3 months.
I agree. I agree
Yeah.
with that because I don't go the guy who does my touch up now, I will always tell him I don't need to be in here. I won't go every 6 weeks. He knows it. I said I'll come when I think I need, and it's usually about 2 months and a half.
Yes, and
And then
each
I said,
person
okay,
is
I can't
different.
resist.
Each person is different. Like some people can go longer than that. Some people
Mm-hmm.
have twice a year. Some
Mm-hmm.
people, but at the bare minimum, I think the least I would do was every 8 weeks. And
Oh, okay.
and so just that was back in the relaxer days. So adding the olive oil and the coconut oil and stuff to the relaxers, my sister and I, we had we were pinning the girls with the growing hands,
Yeah.
because we were implementing these practices using
Mhm.
essential oils and stuff like that. So starting that back then, it led me to creating I had a essential oil line called Oils of Eden. I didn't have it trademarked or anything. It was just something I was mixing up,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and with olive oil and different whole food oils and essential oils, and
Mhm.
was using them to help relax my clients, using them for scalp treatments,
Mhm.
doing stuff like that. And it later, once the natural hair boom came, and I had to go natural because I have eczema and I could no longer take the
Mhm.
relaxer at all. So that was back in 2000. Let's see, I had completely grown my relaxer out in 2010, I think it was. So it was probably 2008 or nine, maybe, where we
Yeah.
started researching different ingredients. We found out that natural hair loves natural ingredients.
Mhm.
That we were using for relaxed hair just wasn't working for natural hair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I started, my sister, I have to give her credit. Tani, she was at that time, she was internet savvy. I was not.
Okay.
So she
Mhm.
was looking up stuff about MSM, which is it's a long word, but it's a natural chemical that our body produces, and it's natural. But that and glycerin and different things, we made a spray that kind of quenched the dry hair, and
Mhm.
it went from there. Then I went and messed with shea butter and started making whipped shea butter, and then I think it was the curly yogurt where actually I put it on my hair. That's
Mhm.
my hair. I don't like it right now because it's
It's
looking dry.
beautiful.
I was
Your
rushing,
hair looks great.
It
I
looks
was
great.
rushing. I was like, let me get it together for this show now. I can't help it.
Yeah.
My hair was wet like 30 minutes ago.
No, you look great. And this whole entire setup, just so you know, just to interrupt for a second, it looks like a whole entire picture. It's perfect. Every time you do your things, always do them like this, just so you know. From a director standpoint, I'm letting you know it looks perfect because the flower goes by the side of your hair and then there's shampoos in the back. It's a perfect setup.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
but back to what you're
Yes.
saying. I just had to say that.
No,
Oh,
that's good. It makes me feel good. Look, I hurt my arm putting those flowers up, but I'm glad it's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you're
beautiful
saying you're
there.
whipping the butters. That was the last thing you said. You're whipping butters
Yes,
up.
whipping the shea butters.
Mhm.
And I was dedicated to only using, because I was like, if I'm gonna do this, if I'm
Mhm.
going to start step by step making products, I refuse to put bad ingredients
Yeah.
into my products. So I had
Amen.
Uh-huh.
to learn what the bad ingredients were. And back then it was kind of new,
Mhm.
like we were just becoming familiar with what was green and what was EcoCert approved and all
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And
Uh-huh.
so I didn't know, but you could look it up and you could find out what was bad. We know silicones are bad. We know parabens are bad. We know sulfates. Well, I'm I have mixed feelings about sulfates, but
Mhm.
because sometimes black folks, we don't wash our hair but once a month. Some of us, and
That's
you need
correct.
some
That's
sulfates to get
correct.
that. You
Yeah,
need some sulfates to get that stuff clean.
that's
Okay.
So I have mixed feelings that
Oh, sulfate. I just wonder what sulfate.
yes, like cleansers, like
Okay.
detergent type cleanser. Well, it's not detergent, but it's the ingredients that's used in shampoos and stuff like
Okay.
that.
uh-huh.
And so, and because you hear sulfate free and everything, and
Mhm.
that's good. I have a sulfate free, but I'm a person that if you one of those people that shampoo your hair once a month, baby, you need some sulfate. You need some sulfates.
Yeah.
So
Right.
But anyway, I just did not want to pollute what I was doing. So I found out about EWG, which is the Environmental Working Group.
Okay.
And it's not just for hair products, it's for any product. Like if you're trying to live a chemical-free life, you want to go to ewg.com, I think, .org or .com, and type in the ingredient. It will tell you on a scale of 0 to 10 how harmful it is.
Really?
So 0 is completely, it's not harmful. But even though it might be 0, people have allergies. People still have allergies to different things. So with the exception of that, but as you go up the scale, it's considered dangerous.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So I think anywhere from 0 to 3 is considered pretty safe.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
wow. I didn't look at you teaching us something. I didn't know that. At least I didn't know that.
Notes. Tresa, I'm taking notes, Tresa.
EWG, I'm telling you, anything that you put on your body, and it's not just hair products, it's what we rub onto our skin, the perfumes we wear, everything. It's everything. I get tickled sometimes. It's almost like a person that's vegan who smokes. Like, it don't make sense. So if you're trying to live a clean life, one area and be real strict in that area, and then go over here and apply like number 10 on the EWG.
Wow.
Yeah.
Analogy you've done. That's right. She's right. Go ahead.
So and we got to read labels. We have to start knowing what's in what we're doing. Like when I eat pork, I know what I'm eating. I know it's pork. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't know what we're doing.
True.
And we're damaging ourselves. And if we knew better, we would do better. So reading the labels, and if you don't know what it is, type it in, and it will tell you what it does, what function, all of that, and damage that it could cause or non-damage.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that, because for me, my skin's, when I was younger, I had acne and stuff like that. But for the last, when it was maybe about 4 years ago, my skin started breaking out like crazy. I developed the craziest acne, and I'm one of the healthiest eaters, and my face was breaking out completely. And we discovered it was whatever they're putting in these body soaps, the squirt bottles, the liquid soaps, was causing my skin to break out every single time, and out of the blue, because whatever they're putting in there is not right. Because I switched to bar soap, and then all of it cleared out completely. So I never knew that. That's something that's developed I think they switched up chemicals within the last 5 years, because I never had the issue in my life. Actually, maybe I did have the issue and I just didn't realize it. But the minute I started using bar soap,
it could be that, or you could have developed a problem later on, or they could have switched up the ingredients, because companies do that often.
Yeah, seriously.
And sometimes it can be in the water too. I put a filter on my water system, and in my shower, I put a filter in it, and it takes out a lot of the impurities out of the water before it hits my face and in fact my body. And so it can be a mixture of several things with the chemical. I know one time when I went to a dermatologist, she always talked about using a certain brand soap for my skin, and it really would clear up my skin. And so she was adamant about changing that to the bar soap, and that worked well for me. But
it's simple. The bar soaps the ingredients are simple. Look at bar soaps normally, if you kind of have a tendency to get the cleaner ones, it's a few ingredients. But the stuff and a lot of times it's fragrances too that can cause. But I don't know, Brandon, do you and your mom have a similar skin type?
No, not me. Well, I had my mom's color, but me and my dad have a similar skin type. My dad had a lot of eczema, so I have my mom's color, but my dad had eczema, so I have his skin type.
Oh, your dad has eczema.
When he was alive. Yeah,
on
he
his
had it
back,
bad.
but
He had eczema, but you
Mhm.
have acne.
I had acne back then, but eczema was some stuff on my
he has a
skin
little
sometimes.
touch of it on his back sometimes, Brandon. I know it's
Yeah.
just a bit,
Yeah.
not as bad as Dad though.
Yeah, I have it as well. And that it was the start really of my product line because I made my own the hair and body butter. Actually, it was
Mhm.
the hair and body butter with was the shea butter and something else I made. I think I made my own wash for my skin and it
Mhm.
cleared up. I mean, after going to dermatologist, I would break out on was it this side? Yeah, one side of my body. It would start on one side and it would crawl up
Mm.
around the
Ooh.
hairline and go
Mm.
to the other side.
Mm.
And so it wasn't until I still have breakouts every now and then, because they're
Mhm.
not pure,
Yeah.
but it's managed.
Okay.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting to these products that you put together because I'm so interested. I'm especially looking over your head at the
Okay.
different products. So what I want you to
You might have to
do,
bring it forward.
yeah, you have to bring these products and show the products to the audience and tell us a little bit about each one because I can see the work that you have put in, Trace.
And bring it as
And
close as
I want to
possible to the
bring them,
camera, my
yeah,
dear.
bring them up here so
Okay.
we can
So we
see
can
these
actually be
products.
it's okay if
Yeah.
your face is blocked
Can
for
you
a second.
is this close? Can you see
Yeah.
it?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Okay, yes. Now tell us
And
about
then you
these
can take it back.
products.
Okay. So this is one of my most popular packages. This is the Make Me Grow spray, and
Mhm.
this is the Castor Grow.
Okay.
The Make Me Grow spray is an herbal hair moisturizer, hair and beard moisturizer. Actually, it can be used anywhere.
Mhm.
I could spray it on my body.
Uh-huh. And
It
rub
Wow.
it.
because it's a true moisturizer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It's a true
Oh
moisturizer.
man.
and
And
oh, go ahead.
it is water based and
Mhm.
I put over 10, 12 different herbs in it. It's made, I make it almost like a tea. And
Okay.
I strain it and then I add other ingredients like panthenol. I have to preserve it because it has to be preserved.
Mhm.
All of the ingredients in it are EcoCert approved or considered green,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and they're safe. And um, I haven't had anybody have any problems with allergies. The
Mhm.
only problem that I've had is some people can't take lemongrass or different essential oils that I scent it with, because even the scents are
Mhm.
essential oils.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't use fake scents. If
Oh,
I do, it's very, very little, but
Yeah.
mhm.
it is primarily scented with essential oils.
Okay.
Mhm.
So sometimes a person can have like a sensitivity to certain essential oils like lemongrass or lemon or different things. But yes, so these two together,
Mhm.
this is my main, I mean, this is one of the most popular packages because you
Okay.
can spray it on your hair, spray it on your beard, safe for kids. Then you want to follow up with the castor grow oil.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
This is primarily hemp seed oil,
Oh,
castor oil, pumpkin seed oil, and there are other few oils that I add to this. All
Okay.
designed to inspire or encourage growth.
Okay.
If you look up the benefits of hemp seed oil,
mm, I've
lot
been reading,
Really?
I've been reading a lot about
Look
that.
at you taking us through a science lesson here today.
my husband was saying that he was like, "You know all this stuff." He was like, "You don't give yourself enough credit. You're
Yeah.
way smarter than you give yourself credit." And I'm like, "No, just read stuff."
Yeah. But seriously, he's right. And then like it's that's why if you sit down sometimes and you talk to people, you can find out all kinds of information and all kinds of important things and knowledge. The keys to the answer to life can always be found by someone that has been there and understands it.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I feel I'm proud of my product line, and I will talk about some more.
Oh yeah,
But
you're gonna bring it back. Yeah, we're gonna need the other ones.
yeah, but it's to me, I feel like okay, God already made the stuff. He created the herbs. He gave us the roots. He gave us the plants. all of these things, and even the book of Revelation talks about when everything is over with and how the water is flowing down from God's throne to the and there are trees that will be used to heal the nations, that the water flowing down will water those trees, and those trees will heal the nations. And this is already going on. It has been going on for centuries,
you didn't have time.
Yeah, aspirin didn't just come from it came from the willow bark tree. The original aspirin is the willow bark tree. It has salicin in it, which is salicylic acid. And so the willow bark tree is what they use to treat pain and inflammation and stuff like that. And so there is a willow bark extract that I put in my products. Instead of salicylic acid, I use willow bark extract, which is what if I were going to make Brandon something, that's what I would use for his skin, because it's very healing, as well as comfrey. Comfrey is very healing. It's so much. It's a beautiful thing to just learn about all these wonderful herbs and what they do specifically.
Absolutely.
And Tresa, so you create, because you're saying for Brandon's skin, do you create products for specific customers, or do you just have your line that will address the needs of different types of customers?
I do. I have my line, but I have clients that I've had, or customers that I've had since I was 16. So if they have something going on, they're gonna come to me. I'll go in my kitchen and whip it up and package it up for them. But the line is pretty generalized. But I got some plans to change up my website to do something more specific for each person. It would take a little bit more time, but everybody's different. And so,
Mom,
I'm sorry.
What's your I want, because you said, I want to make sure that you say, because I didn't hear you say it yet. Can you say what your website is, please?
growandglowproducts.com.
Okay, perfect. growandglowproducts.com. And that's where you order the products for your company, from your business.
Yes, that's where you order it. And for anybody that's interested, my this is what I call the let's see. Okay, this is the shampoo.
The shampoo.
I have what I call a treatment package. I should have a table sitting up here.
It's okay.
But what I call a treatment package, which is a basic. It consists of the shampoo. It consists of the deep conditioning treatment. This is called Hemp Me Out. And again, hemp is
oh, that's a great name.
Nobody, but there's a heavy presence of hemp in this conditioner. So luxurious and so good. And then to use along with this, I have the Make Me Grow spray. It's the light version. Okay, so you use these two together. And this is going to, if you have breakage, or if you have weakness, this is the dynamic duo. This is the main treatment part. So
I love it. Oh, we will be ordering some because
absolutely.
I'm already excited.
No, I'm gonna send it to you because I appreciate you guys having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's on me. Y'all gonna get what you want on me.
Okay, well, thank you. Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
this looks amazing. I'm hooked. I'm like, wow. You see me up here like a kid in school.
I am stunned. I'm just sitting up here listening to all these products.
I want to say one thing about this: the difference in the two sprays.
Okay.
This one is it's a little lighter. It doesn't have as many oils as this. This is lighter. So you can use this as a blow dry spray to get ready to silk press my hair. I can use this. But the thing I love about this is it has a protein in it called baobab protein. and it is a wonderful protein because it's really good for us for texture.
That's right, protein.
Yes, but there's this baobab protein comes from the baobab tree, which exists in Africa. This tree holds so much water, like hundreds of gallons of water. And there's an oil that comes from this tree from the nut, but the baobab protein not only strengthens your hair, but it helps moisturize your hair. Because when you have protein, most of the time protein makes stuff hard. It strengthens it, but it really doesn't moisturize. Baobab protein strengthens and moisturizes the hair.
Okay.
And what's
it's
so
one
good?
of my favorite proteins. And so that's here.
Wow.
And Tresa, I'm glad you're talking about moisturizing the hair, because a lot of people of Black people or people of color don't think they need moisturizer in their hair, and they do need that. And I'm so glad if you just hit on that subject a little bit more.
Yes, a true moisturizer has water in it, and it has oil in it, a little bit of oil in it. True moisturizer is always going to have water in it. And when you have natural hair, you need a water-based moisturizer, because water is the best moisturizer for humans. There's, whatever you add to it, it should still, the water should still be prominent. And because of the texture of our hair, it's textured, it's kinkier than just straight. So because of the texture, we need that moisture, because every crook and turn that the hair takes, kink, it gets drier. It gets drier. And the scalp produces sebum, a natural oil. That straight hair, when the hair is really straight, it can just slide on down that strand. That's our Caucasian counterparts usually have to shampoo more often, because that oil is there and it slides on down. But when the hair has a little crook and a little turn and a little, that moisture, that sebum is not going to get, it's going to get so far.
I see what you're saying.
So that's why our hair requires, we need to every now and then do this.
You are hilarious.
Y'all remember Soul Glow on coming?
Yeah.
That's what moisture is to natural hair, like activator is to a Jerry curl. You got to have it.
Absolutely. Tresa, I'll make the story real quick, because I got to make you laugh about the Soul Glow thing. I went into an audition one time, and it was supposed to be, I didn't read it. A lot of times when I went into auditions back in the day, I used to not read all the directions. So I wouldn't realize who would be in the room. And so it was supposed to be a guy who just lost his wife, and I had just gone through I supposed to be a guy that just lost his wife. I think I had just gone through a breakup. So I had this whole entire plan of going with what I was going to go to. And I walk into the audition. I missed the part where they said the director's going to be in there and the producer's going to be in there. I walk in there, and it's Soul Glow, Eric LaSalle. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's Eric LaSalle. And my game plan, I bombed that audition, because Soul Glow, instantly, that song, just let your soul glow, instantly started going through my head. I'm like, it's Eric LaSalle. It's Soul Glow.
And Did you start singing it? Did you start singing it?
I know. I was singing it in my head. I've never bombed the audition so bad in my lifetime, but I'm glad, because even at that moment, I'm like, I will always have this story that I walked into this audition, and it was Eric LaSalle, who is Soul Glow himself, who's a Juilliard actor, by the way, but he's really famous for that in ER. But he's like a very notable director. But I just had to mention the fact, because you said Soul Glow, and that song, the minute I saw him, that whole time, it all played in my head.
Right.
So I just had to say that real quick about Soul Glow.
We didn't know what we were being introduced to back then. But it's like it. I think about it often with our hair. It's like I think about it often. Like everybody knows what Soul Glow did. Now they leaned back on the couch and there was spots on.
Yeah.
It happens with me.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. You know, the texture,
Explain that.
it needs the moisture. And then when you put butters and oils on everything, that seals in the moisture. That's not your moisture. That is your sealant.
Okay.
It seals everything in.
Okay.
Right, Tresa,
Wow.
please tell me how our Caucasian friends out there and viewers can use your product. Are there any products that they can use as well?
I have had plenty to use the light. One a friend girlfriend of mine, she loved to do the blonde, bleach her hair blonde and stuff, and this brought her hair back. She
Oh,
this
great.
and the lighter version is called Edges, Ends, and Everything. So this is good. This combination is good for people that have a relaxer or who are straight naturals or Caucasians, people with straighter hair. A drop of this will do. And this is a botanical oil.
Really?
Tiffany loves this oil, but it soaks in flowers, different botanicals.
Oh, wow.
I'll leave it. It takes me 30 days. Well, now that I got my infuser, it doesn't take as long, but it takes me 30 days to make this oil.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, God is fabulous.
Yeah.
He has given you so much knowledge.
Yeah.
So much knowledge to improve hair care for men and women. I'm just listening to you, and I'm a scientist, and I'm up here just
And
fascinated.
I feel like I'm talking
No, you're not. You're not. You're
No.
dropping knowledge.
No, this is knowledge. This knowledge is key.
And entertainment
especially
at that
when
too.
we're talking about our hair care and products that are best for our skin and hair care. And your line is something I don't think everybody really knew about.
Yeah.
And so I know about and know that you exist and that you're doing this type of work out there. So I want you to finish talking about some other. Have you shown us everything on that shelf behind you? Relaxer.
I feel, you know, I have a regular conditioner. This is like a quicker conditioner. But honestly, I like to talk about my stuff, but I always say I have something for what you need, you know, but I like to talk to people to see exactly what they need, because I hate for people to make empty purchase. It's not an empty purchase, but I like to find out what your specific needs are, and then I can recommend. But the descriptions are all on the website.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, the descriptions are on the website. I have, this is the curly yogurt. Well, this is, and it's a creamy jelly base. Yeah. So I used it. That's what I put on my hair. I used these two.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
love that.
And I have a flax, I call these boiled flax seeds. It's a flaxseed conditioner. It's very tedious to make. I'm actually thinking about discontinuing it and making it a special order item.
Yeah.
Because my sink's about to be stopped up. My husband is like, baby, what you doing in here?
Yeah. I wanted to say one thing, because you mentioned it, that you like to talk to people on a personal level. What would be the best way for someone to reach you? Is it by DM? Is it by email? Or what would you recommend for people? So you say you like to talk to people one-on-one kind of.
Well, okay. So if you want to get straight to it, I've set up, and Tiffany helped me. She talked me into this. She told me, she said, Tresa, you know too much. You're giving too much information away for free. You need to start charging for your time. So I created 2 links. There's a phone. We can have a phone conversation where we can get right into it, and we can talk. Like I don't have to see you or touch your hair. I've been doing this so long that I ask you a few questions, It's like telehealth,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
you know, and so we can talk on the phone, and so I have a link for that, and that is $50, and then I have a Zoom or virtual option,
Absolutely.
and that's $100, and then you do get a part of your purchase goes towards products if you should decide to purchase.
Okay.
It's not just it's not going to be wasted time, because we're going to talk specifically about what you have going on and what your needs are, and you're going to tell me. We're going to be honest. You're going to tell me what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have to talk about some medications that may be causing problems. It can get personal as the person wants it to get. And we'll try to get to the bottom of what could be the problem. 9 times out of 10, it's self-destructive stuff that we're doing to ourselves, or it's age and medication.
Okay.
Yeah. If and then don't forget genetics. It's so if age comes genetics.
Absolutely.
That's true. That's
Most
true.
of the time it's self-inflicted with all the stuff, the practices that we do, all the protective styles that we do. You guys, y'all beating us. The guys are taking over with the hair. Listen.
Really?
Look around you. These guys have lots of hair.
Yeah.
They're twisting their hair. They have lots of hair. And they're working with their hair. They're twisting it and they're leaving it alone. And a lot of us, we're still stuck with the bad practices, the crochets, the braiding too often or too tight, or wearing the wigs too often, or too,
not letting the scalp breathe or anything, just tugging at that. I call it tugging at the scalp. I remember I let someone braid my hair once, and it took her almost a day to do it. Before 3 days had passed, I took those things out. I was in another state, and my sisters and my niece got in the room, and they all helped me take those braids out after the. I didn't care how much I'd paid.
I can't take it. Them out. It didn't feel right.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Didn't feel right.
It was just wrong, and I never put them back in. I said, no, I'm not going to do that anymore.
You're just not a good candidate for it. You're not a good. And I'm not, and some people are good candidates for braids. Some people have people that don't braid too tight. But if you have a specific hairline, like my hairline, believe it or not, I got hair, but I have a very fragile hairline. Like when my eczema breakouts happen, my hair thins around.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
My hair, I'm not a good candidate for something being attached to my edges. I would be one of those people that will be edgeless.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, because even though I have a lot of hair, my hairline is not equipped to be able to handle a whole lot of stress. So people need to understand that too. Like women, understand what type of, are you a good candidate for this particular protective style? You may not.
That's great. So your hair is all natural, and you've been all natural for how long, Tiffany? I mean, Tresa.
I've been all natural since 2010 is when I cut my last bit. So I started before that. It took me about 5 years, because I didn't do the big chop. I just grew my hair out and trim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got the whole Whitney Houston, I want to dance for somebody going, so it looks good.
Hey.
And Tresa, I also wanted to say, I appreciate, one thing you said that you put me on game too was the fact that you're saying that you charge people for a consultation and for your knowledge. Yes, you should. And I've given out so much free knowledge about the acting business, which is something that people don't realize. I've given out for free to people that didn't listen. And that's, but one of my friends told me, but the people that have gone on to be extremely successful. So one of my friends sat me down. You saying it as the second person to say it now, but a friend of mine from Carolina was like, Brandon, do you ever want to work again? Because with your resume and where you work, because the only people that have a resume equivalent of mine are A-listers. So they're like, you could literally not have to work at all and literally just do that. I'm like, I never thought about that.
I was about to say that. I was
Yeah.
about to say that with your ability to interact and explain things and listen, you will be doing yourself a big favor to do that. Because this is what I found. I give so much away. Like I always like when people order stuff, I try to give them a little sample of something else, even with things being so expensive. But I'm telling you, people don't respect you until you start charging them.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it like that, but the more you give, the more people expect you to give.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's like people really respect you. You know who that Birdman said, put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my however he said it.
Yeah.
People don't respect you until you start charging them.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. It's this is a small story that's like a little bit related. There was this huge TV show, and I won't say what the name of the TV show was, but I was actually fixing up my apartment, so I couldn't go do the TV show. And they were going to offer me a role that was going to pay a whole lot of money, and it was going to be for a while too. And I said no to it. And it wasn't no because I was arrogant or big headed. It was no because I was actually fixing up my place, and I couldn't get to New York to film it. So I ended up turning it down. But my agent was like, "Oh my God, like." You like just I'm like I have to pass on it, but it wasn't about the money because I know how I work and I'm not like a person that charges a whole lot, but that changed the difference. I think everybody was in shock when I said everybody has been in shock to the thing it was that I turned down, but it wasn't because I couldn't. It's because I was getting work done at the time. I regret it myself because I wish I was getting my apartment work done, which I had to get done at the time.
You had your priorities.
Yeah.
Your priorities are your priorities. They're not somebody else's priorities.
Exactly.
And it doesn't, it will make. I bet, so they were talking about you.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
and people, when you don't run and lust after money, people always do this right here.
Yeah.
They look like you're just not gonna you're not gonna go for that,
Yeah.
And it's like it makes people respect you. I always say, my thing that I've lived by is when you have good business practice and when you practice treating people right, you will never have to chase a dollar. A dollar gonna be chasing you.
That's correct.
A dollar will look for you.
True.
Amen.
Yes, because it's when you have the quality and the when you stand on a foundation of doing right.
Amen.
It's biblical. I mean, it is what it is.
Tresa,
you're speaking the truth.
I love what you're saying to bring in, but Brandon, as your mother, I love seeing you on the big screen. I love seeing you on TV. And I love seeing you teach young children in the classrooms because I love seeing you at the university as an adjunct professor teaching students about your craft. And those things, as your mother, I get the biggest joy from. And so I think God has a way of giving us back when we give to others as well. Now, Tresa, I wanted to ask a question. Do you have any children, little girls that you have to do hair, your children?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, well, you don't have to worry about doing little girls' hair. I told my
I won't even do I'm past that. I've retired from the chair, but before I even retired, I stopped doing little girls' hair. It's a lot, it takes a lot of patience and that I didn't have.
Yeah.
So now you use your effort to create your products, work on your products and sell those.
Yes. And I create my products, I create content to sell the products. And I am a believer in the mama, you do the little girl hair. You learn how to do her hair. We need to get back to being the Renaissance women that we were. It's okay for little girls to go to the beauty shop. That's fine. But don't get dependent on it because when they're little, they don't need a whole lot of stuff. They need
that is so true.
And some ponytails.
That's all they need. And Tresa, now that you said that, my mother, as I mentioned earlier in the conversation, my parents had 5 girls and 1 boy, and my mother did our hair. We would sit in line, and I prayed to the Lord I wouldn't have any daughters because I didn't want to fix hair. and the Lord gave me my wish of 2 sons. But I can tell you right now, we never went to the beauty parlor. We never did. And my mother, and we had the longest hair growing up and everything. She did our hair, and it would just take all day. And I had one sister whose hair was so coarse, very thick, and it would just take my mother. It
She
seemed
had to
like
start on her
several
first,
hours.
didn't she?
That's
She had
right.
to start on her
And then my hair is of a finer texture. So it didn't take long with my hair, but I just watched the process within the family. We had different grades of hair within with my siblings. And so it was the most amazing thing that I'd ever witnessed as a child. But when my mother went to study in Paris that summer, she sent 2 of my older sisters to the beauty parlor, and she let one of the older sisters do my hair. When my mother came back, my sister had burned my neck so much with a straightening comb because she was too young to straighten hair. And so I tried to get it right for church, and my mother felt so sorry. She just almost wanted to cry. And I felt sorry for myself because I knew I had experienced the pain.
You've been burned to death.
Exactly. And so it's amazing now to see what you're recommending for these mothers just to get in there and work with doing their little girl's hair.
Get in there and work with it. And then if you're fortunate enough to have a dinosaur, I call him a dinosaur, is a hairstylist or hair care person who's old school that really cares for your hair. If you're fortunate enough to have one of those, you want to let them go every now and then, but get in practice of, we got to remember what COVID taught us.
That's right.
What COVID taught us. Learn how to help yourself, It's okay if you go, but don't be stuck.
Yeah.
That is so true. That is excellent advice. Excellent advice.
Tresa, I had to say this. You remind me, I lost one of my best friends in the world. His name was L.C. Williams. You remind me so much of a female version of this guy named L.C. Williams. You guys could be related. Like, I can't wait to tell his light skin like you, and you guys will literally be family members, but I can't wait to tell one of his cousins, so I'm still close with their family. But you remind me so much of LC. It is crazy. And so it lets me know that he's still alive and present, even though he might not be physically here.
Thank you for that. And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he was a great man.
That's LC from Arizona.
LC from Las Vegas, but he's originally from LA, but from Las Vegas. And it's one of his, I think he's going to come on here, but one of his cousins plays football for Oregon now. And then his cousin Jen has raised these 4 amazing boys. And so I still keep in contact with the family.
That's good. How long has it been passed?
LC passed away in 2020 or 2020. Excuse me, actually, shortly after my dad. It was about 6 months after my dad passed away from pancreatic cancer. He passed away, and but it was just a great guy, man. I loved him to death.
Oh wow!
But you remind me of him so much. So just like seeing you, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's what I'm like. Are you guys related somehow? So I have to ask Jen.
Ain't no telling.
True. That's totally true.
So you do have a site on Brand, not to cut off. Did you finish talking about LC? I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure that you give. I want to make sure I understood correctly. Understand this correctly. You do demonstrations on Facebook, Instagram, Tresa?
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I always try to. I still have a handful of people that, like I said, I have people that I've had since I was 16 years old. 30 plus years, some of them, and they ain't letting me go nowhere. So I still do them. So on some of them, I'll create content and show how the products work, and also I give tips on how to use herbal teas for treatment. I did recently one on hibiscus tea.
Oh, I love hibiscus.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's physically, it's so good for you. It's good for blood pressure, lowering blood pressure, and
really.
Yeah, you wanna check to see what the side effects could be. When I look up benefits, I always Google or ask Chat GPT. Why shouldn't I drink hibiscus? So it'll tell you the downsides of it. That way you'll have both sides covered. But I'm drinking it now for my cholesterol because the doctor done told me I got high cholesterol. Want to put me on a statin? I think not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this myself. I'm trying to do it myself.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and using teas for color refreshers and chamomile tea is good for blondes, browns, you know, just using that as a treatment to enhance color, naturally highlight your hair. That. But I'm always doing something featuring an herb or talking about a vitamin or doing something.
Oh, that's great.
And what's your handle too? What's your Instagram, Facebook handles for them, the audience?
It's Grow and Glow products for all of them. And then there's Grow and Glow Tresa. I think my Facebook is Grow in Glow Tresa. I think that's what.
Yeah. Make sure you send that to us so Brandon will put it out there for you.
In the podcast thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
let
so
me
what?
sure let's see, what is my name on? Grow in Glow Tresa. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Well, Tresa, I in listening to you, you have a holistic approach to anything that you do, it appears to me. And that's fabulous. That's the way we need to get back to that way of life. I think it would be much healthier.
It's nothing better than the holistic approach. You know, we got to get into it. We used to know, you know, years ago, we knew different things, and we've just got away from that. And so the information highway is so big, you know, we can find out whatever we want to find out.
Great.
Absolutely.
And one final piece, I think, on talking last evening, which I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. I want to let you know that you mentioned something about nature married to hair and body. Nature. So that's a saying you have. Repeat that for us, please. Yes. I heard it. I don't think Brandon knew about it.
I don't know.
Yeah, on my products, that's my little slogan: nature married to your hair and body.
Okay. Isn't that something?
I like that.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's just the best. It's when we get into it, you know, it's fascinating, you know, when you get into the herbs, and not just herbs, but plants. I'm even getting myself ready to start a small garden.
Okay.
Going back to my roots.
Okay. Well,
we might need some tomatoes out of the yard in a minute.
True.
Tresa, you have encouraged me to go get an aloe vera plant. I haven't had one in years, so I need to go buy one. And any other questions you have of us?
I want to know how I can send y'all what y'all want.
I would definitely go with that green, the green and argyle one. I'll definitely do those if possible.
The growth and the oil.
Yes, ma'am. And if you happen to have anything for moisturizer for the face, it'll be great.
I'm gonna send you what I call the beard package. It's a smaller. I'm gonna send you this regular size, but I'm gonna send you the glow spray, because I see you have some nice curls up there.
Okay, perfect.
So this also is a natural spray oil.
Okay.
Like tonight, I didn't have the time to do my hair like I wanted to do it. So I'll probably plait it up or twist it up in about 5 or 6 big plaits, and I'm gonna spray it with this and do that.
Okay, perfect.
Bring the shine back. So you can use that, and it'll come with a shampoo and a conditioner too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like to get, Brandon, we can try them. I would love to try the shampoo and the conditioner and have my stylist add that oil to my hair.
Yes. Do you have a relaxer or are you natural?
I have a relaxer.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll send you the same package, but I'll send you the light version.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, my hair.
You'll have the shampoo and conditioner and I'll also put the lighter oil in there for you too.
That's great, because I don't put a lot of oil on my hair, but I do need to moisturize my hair, and so
you can also I use this on my face.
Great,
perfect.
Great. And look,
that's a moisturizer for the face.
This is a light botanical oil.
Okay.
But all of the botanicals I use on my face as well.
Perfect. Okay.
My stuff pretty much, if you can use it on your hair, you can use it on your skin.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so
can't
much.
wait. Thank you. We really appreciate that. And we will definitely talk about these products because I am so excited about all the knowledge I've gained today.
I'm happy to send them to you. I really appreciate you guys giving me this space, and you guys are absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Iron sharpens iron. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to come speak with us. It means the world to us as well.
Okay.
And then we'll probably most likely end up having you back because I know since we have such a large audience, people have questions all the time. So we definitely will have you back because I know there'll be more questions.
This is just beautiful. I mean, I want to thank you so much. Your time, your knowledge has really been something that encourages me and inspires me. But it will do the same for others. And I just want to thank you so much for that on today.
Absolutely.
And for taking your time to be with us. That's a blessing for the podcast.
Yeah.
And so you have been a blessing. And so with that,
wait, hold on a second, Mom. One final thing.
More question. Okay.
Tresa, you're I said it right. Tresa, right? I said that correctly.
Tresa like a tree.
I struggle with names, as I was saying. Your grandma should be proud. The fact that everything that you saw, I always say that children are always watching, which is so important for parents and for grandparents. But with them always watching, your grandma should be so proud of you and the incredible woman that you are, who is so knowledgeable, and you're carrying down the traditions that she instilled in you all as well. So she would be proud. I know she's proud. And you're carrying on her legacy as well. So I just want to say that.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And when you said that, it made me think about, I have a niece and a nephew. My nephew is 20, he'll be 28. And my niece is 10. My nephew has his own clothing line.
Wow.
And he works, but he's an entrepreneur. And my 10-year-old niece, she makes wonderful, fabulous bracelets. And so when you said that, it made me, I'm like, okay, we're passing it on down.
Absolutely. That's what it's supposed to be. I do the same thing with my nephew, Mason. So
absolutely. What does he do? What does Mason do?
Mason's only 11 years old, but he tries to be. He's just such a blessing. He was there for me when my dad was passing. He was over every single day helping out with my dad, helping me, just helping me get through that dark time, because it was a hard and dark time. And he just gave us both, when my dad was alive, and me, such peace. I love the kid today. I almost teared up when we were talking because I thought about the fact that he shaved his hair to look like my hair on the sides, and I had my sides shaved, and he was so proud to show me. So I talk to him every day, and I always try to he wants to be like me. I know he wanted to work with me in the movies. So I created this show for him. And,
that is a blessing.
He has a little place on the show too.
He does.
Kids Corner, and he's in the Kids Corner, and he gets on and he talks about his life to his uncle. And that's my older son's child.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Mason.
And
he's great. I have videos of him out there. I taught him when I was doing all my acting auditions. I started teaching him how to do it too. So he'd get in the camera and perform. So I have a lot of stuff out there with him. He's on the podcast already. It's Mason Rush. Mason Rush is his episode.
Mason Rush.
And what he told his Uncle B, he calls Brandon Uncle B. He said, Uncle B, I want to come and work for you.
Yeah.
He knows that my son will have a business.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm glad
we have to plant those seeds in these young people's minds to give them something to, look towards.
That's right. Well, listen,
you've been wonderful.
We get ready. We get in the end. This is what we do. All right.
Yeah, we always get ready. You did a wonderful job. We always get everybody a round of applause. You can't see my mom clapping, but you can see me clapping.
Excellent.
You were absolutely excellent. You were such a treat today.
Thank you
so much.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. And I'll get this back to you.
So good to meet y'all.
Nice meeting you as well.
Nice meeting you too. Take care, and we'll get this back.
Your addresses. Text me your shipping addresses.
Okay.
I will text you back and let you know when your stuff is on the way.
Perfect.
All right,
I'd use Mom's address. That's always a good one, because I'm all over the world with my travels.
Okay.
All righty.
All right.
Well, take care and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Have many blessings.
Have a good one.
Business.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stop.
That's amazing.